Who knew this classic Simpsons clip might actually come true?
Oh, what do? I don't know what to do. Because if I stay, I'm trapped. If I leave, I'm alone. Oh, God. In, out, in, out. I never saw Venice.
They put a dome over Springfield. But all the jokes aside, Congressman Bill Johnson says that's about to perhaps become reality for two factories right here in the United States, and he joins us live. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve. Thank you.
You have sent a letter to the EPA that tells the EPA that they are on the verge of doing something really stupid.
Absolutely. Manganese ferroalloy is a required raw material in steel manufacturing for automotive, for our defense industry, for virtually everything that we do.
Okay.
And we have two manganese-producing plants in America, one of them in Marietta, Ohio, one of them in Letart, West Virginia.
Right.
If we shut those two plants down, where are we going to get that material from? It's going to have to come from China.
You think that these companies are going to have to close down because the EPA is going to be so restrictive. They talk about to make sure that the bad stuff doesn't get into the air or something like that, they would have to put some enclosures, which you say would be effectively to dome these companies, much like they domed Springfield in the Simpsons movie.
Absolutely. They use the term enclosure, but, you know, do we want to call it a tent? Do we want to call it a dome? What is clear is that it's economically infeasible for them to be able to do what is suggested, and their data leading up to the making of this rule is both technically and scientifically flawed, and we're asking them to reconsider that.
Sure, and from what I read in your letter and other information as well, the proposals that they are suggesting would cost these companies so much money, it could almost bankrupt them.
Oh, it will, and you're talking about 500 jobs in the near term, and the jobs are only one part of the problem. Then we have to buy that material from China and other places where we have competitors. You know, the vice president is out stumping in Ohio talking about the return of manufacturing, and yet the EPA is taking this action that would virtually shut down steel manufacturing in America.
Well, the EPA has issued a statement regarding the dome business, and they say the rule does not in any way propose a requirement for facilities to put a dome over their buildings.
Well, I guess we can argue semantics. Enclosure, a tent, a dome, right. Call it whatever they want to call it. It's not feasible.
But this is all part, Congressman, of the EPA's green initiative, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, you talked a little earlier about the coal industry. You've got the same kind of thing going on in the coal industry, and now there's an attack on the steel industry. We've seen the steel industry already decimated. Mm-hmm. We've got thousands of qualified workers ready to go back to work, and with the new shale play, with the Marcellus and the Utica shale in Ohio, we're seeing a resurgence of manufacturing and steel manufacturing, and we want to put those people back to work, but we're not going to do it if we can't make steel.
Sure, absolutely. So you've written a letter to the EPA. Let's see what happens next.
Thank you, Steve.
Congressman, real pleasure.
Thank you very much.